Hello and welcome, I'm your CodeMonkey. If you want to be more efficient, here's the tip: don't finish your tasks. This sounds quite silly, but let me explain. This actually works, or at least works for some people. One of the questions that I get pretty much all the time is simply, how do you stay motivated? Making a game takes quite a lot of time, so how exactly do you manage that motivation to stay working on it for as long as possible? So for some people, this can work. Like I wrote, here's an interesting tip for motivation: do not finish your tasks. Now it might sound odd, but it's a strategy that can work quite nicely. Basically, if you're coming to the end of your workday or just a focus session, try to leave a tiny task left undone. So maybe it's just a button missing a click handler. Maybe you just need to write an event and hook it onto the UI. Maybe you just need to drag some references, something simple that would complete that task. Like I said, this might sound a little bit silly, but it can definitely work. Although one very crucial thing to make this work is what I said over here, so it's a tiny task. This doesn't really work if it's a massive task that you need to do. Nope, that doesn't work. It really has to do something tiny, something just like this. Just a button missing a click handler. So literally just something that you can finish in, let's say, 1 to 5 minutes. For example, over here, I've got this fun interaction system, and as I interact with the player, there you go, it shows up a nice chat bubble. So a good way to stop this project would be right here. If I was about to quit work for the day, I could basically remove this so it doesn't fire the chat bubble. And that way, basically, on the next day, when I do get back to work on this project, then I really just have a very quick win waiting for me. I just write that single line of code, and all of a sudden, I've made quite a bit of progress as soon as I start my workday. That's exactly what I wrote here, so that way, when you get back to work, you have a quick, easy win waiting for you. One of the hardest parts to do with motivation is starting. So if you have a very easy, quick win that you can get started with, then it will help you start, and after that quick win, you will likely keep going. That's really the trick when it comes to motivation, which by the way, in a little bit, I will tell you not to rely on motivation. But if motivation is your goal, then this definitely makes it quite a bit easier. It is always super difficult to start doing something, but if you're already starting, even if you start by doing something very, very tiny, then it becomes infinitely easier to then just keep pushing through it. It is really just the initial inertia that is really the hardest part to overcome. But if you can overcome that using a trick kind of like this, just a tiny task left undone, if you can't just get that tiny little win, then continue after that usually works wonders. But like I said in the beginning, this might or might not work for you. This is very much one of those sort of tricks that is very much individual. For some people it works great, for others not so much. Like I wrote here, so however, when it comes to this advice, it might or might not work for you. There's an interesting thread on Reddit talking about this, and the original poster sees this as a great tip, whereas someone else commented, I just can't sleep with an unfinished task. So this is why many times my advice is simply try out literally everything and figure out what works for you specifically, because everyone is going to work in different ways. For example, when it comes to some kind of game design document, some people like to have something that is insane with like 100 pages and make sure literally every single system is super detailed before they even start working on the game, whereas other people, like myself, I prefer to have just a single page, just a rough overview of what exactly I'm going to do, and then I basically do it step by step. Again, there's really no right or wrong answer there. Anything can work. That is why my advice is exactly that. Try out all kinds of things, try out everything that could possibly work, and then you can figure out by experimentation for you yourself what exactly works. Do you like something super complex or something simple? Do you like to work in the mornings or work at night? Do you prefer to work alongside people or work by yourself? Those are all things that you really only figure out through experimentation. Any of those can work, so it's really important to try them out to see what works for you specifically. So on this, I would say 2 things. So first of all, if you're trying to make games seriously as opposed to just a hobby, again, this is a caveat that I always have to put in pretty much every single video. If you're making games just for fun, just as a hobby, there's really no rules. You can do whatever you want, because if you don't have an actual goal you're trying to achieve, then it doesn't really matter. If you're doing it just for fun, then as long as you're having fun, you're making it with success. But if you want to find financial success, if you want to take this seriously as a job, then you do have to take things a little bit more differently. So if you are trying to make games seriously, then I would advise to rely more on self-discipline as opposed to motivation. This is a very, very crucial difference. Anytime someone asks me about motivation, I always try to tell them this difference. Basically, self-discipline means you do what you need to do regardless of whether you feel like it or not. Whereas motivation is something that you have no control over. If you're trying to make games seriously, then you should just do it as opposed to only when you feel like it. So this right here is a very important thing. This is something that I've had to learn myself, self-discipline. I've had to learn this myself throughout many years. Across all my Steam games, when I was just starting out, back in the beginning, back then I definitely had quite a lot of trouble because I was relying on motivation. So some days I was really motivated to work, and that way it was super easy to work like 10 hours a day, and other days I was very much not motivated to work and I could not force myself to even work for 30 minutes. Over time I've simply learned that if I want this to be my job, if so, then I have to take it seriously, so I have to put in the hours, I basically have to work regardless of whether I feel like it or not. Motivation is awesome, it definitely makes things much, much easier, but it is not really something that you can control, it just comes and goes. One day you feel motivated, the other day not so much. So that is why I really recommend you rely on self-discipline instead. That way, it doesn't really matter, do you feel motivated to work on this game, yes or no? It doesn't really matter. It's a work day, you're within the work hours, so really, all you're going to do is just go to work. But regardless of whether you go for motivation or self-discipline, regardless of that, this tip is still a really nice tip. leave a tiny task left undone, so then when you start, either when you start because you're being motivated or because you're forcing yourself to work, when you start you have a nice, quick and easy win. But also, like I wrote here, everything just like I mentioned a while ago. So secondly, when it comes to literally any kind of advice, my best tip is to just try everything and see what works for you specifically. Some advice might work great for one person and be terrible for another person. In this particular scenario, maybe leaving a task left undone won't work wonders for you, or perhaps it will leave you stressed until you get back to it. For some people, working mornings will be great. For someone else, working at night will be better. So always remember how you are a unique human being. Try out all sorts of approaches, and over time you'll learn what works for you specifically. Yep, this is really my best advice. So my best advice for you to listen to all kinds of advice, experiment with all kinds of things, and then individually over time you'll be able to figure out which individual things work for you. Then you can really just use those things, follow that advice, and ignore all the rest. When it comes to this strategy of leaving a tiny task left undone, like I wrote here, so I do this strategy every once in a while. It can work nicely. However, personally, I'm more in the camp of feeling stressed when something is left unfinished. So my in-between strategy is to finish my tasks, but before I shut down my brain, I think of some quick small tasks I can do when I get back to work. And yep, this is definitely a better way for how my brain personally works. You can actually see on the recent live stream that I did, the one where I was making a Game Jam game. So on this one, you can see how I work in real time, and you can see how at the end, I didn't necessarily leave any tiny tasks left undone. Personally, I do prefer to actually finish those big tasks. But you can also see how I left myself a nice to-do list so that I knew, okay, next day when I get back to work, I know exactly what I'm going to work on. Personally, that's the way that things tend to work better for me. But the only way that I figured this out, again, was by trying out all sorts of approaches and figuring out what works for me specifically. So maybe for you, try this out. Try to not finish your tasks. Try to leave a tiny task left undone so in the morning you have a quick, easy win. Try that out, see if that works for you. As always, remember how game development is so difficult, so you need to come up with all kinds of tricks kind of like this to help keep you on track for the long run. And if you want to learn how to make games, then check out my free complete courses. If you want to learn the super valuable C# language itself, then check out my free C# course. It covers everything from the language from beginner to advanced. Or if you prefer learning how to make a game itself, you can watch my free Kitchen Chaos course. That one will teach you how to make a really awesome 3D game. Or alternatively, I just recently released my free Lunar Lander 2D course. So this is a great beginner 2D course. Alternatively, for multiplayer, you can check out my free course on making a simple multiplayer game. Or if you're more advanced, then check out my Dots course. This is definitely very advanced stuff, but if you are an intermediate user, then Dots is an insanely powerful tool that I really think you should know. So yep, check out all of those with a link in the description. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.